Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's Pick a Pile reading is all about career changes coming your way. There are 3 piles for you to choose from. From left to right we have piles 1, 2, and then 3. Once you have picked your pile, head to the timestamp for it in the description below. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's jump right into it. This oracle card sets a strong tone. Career-wise, you're heading into a moment where your effort is being seen. Even if it hasn't felt that way yet, someone's been paying attention to what you've been doing. The message here is clear. Keep showing up because you're closer to being acknowledged or elevated than you might think. Recognition and reward often shows up when you're reaching the edge of a breakthrough, especially after a period of putting in work with little return. You might have been flying under the radar or pushing through quietly, but your consistency is about to stand out. This could be your current job, a manager, or someone in a different field noticing your skills. This card also encourages you to not downplay your wins. You may have the habit of brushing off progress or thinking it's not that big of a deal, but it is. The more you recognize your own value, the more others will. This is about stepping into your own authority and letting yourself be seen fully. If you've been thinking about applying for something new, pitching an idea, or stepping into a leadership role, this card says that you're ready, even if you're not feeling 100% confident. The energy is lining up for you to be noticed and respected, as long as you don't hide from it. Whatever changes are coming in your career, this card sets the tone. Yes, there are shifts, but they're ultimately leading you into a place where your talents can finally be seen and rewarded. This is a powerful card to show up in a career reading. The Lovers isn't just about romance, it's about alignment, decisions, and choosing a path that actually reflects your values. You might be facing or about to face a major decision in your career, one that could significantly change your direction or open up new doors. You're being asked to choose with intention, not just what's easy, but what feels right. This could be the difference between staying where you're comfortable versus going after something that challenges and excites you. The key here is alignment. If you've been feeling disconnected from your work, this card suggests something more meaningful is calling you, and it's time to seriously consider it. It could also mean that a partnership or collaboration is about to become significant. Maybe a mentor steps in, or someone extends an opportunity that feels like a better fit than what you've been dealing with. This isn't random, it's showing up because you've been aligning more with your true direction, whether intentionally or just going through sheer persistence. Another side of this card speaks to purpose. Some part of you is craving a career path that isn't just profitable, but personal, a job that actually feels fulfilling and not just a paycheck. You're entering a moment where that kind of clarity is starting to form. The Lovers say, don't just take the next offer. Ask if it aligns, because if you say yes to the right thing, it could shift everything. This card introduces a block in creativity or growth. The Empress reversed shows that you might not be fully tapped into your creative energy, or you're feeling stifled in your current environment. You may be in a role that doesn't allow you to express your ideas, or you're giving too much and receiving too little in return. This could also show up as burnout, especially for those in helping professions or jobs that require nurturing others. You're pouring out energy, but there's not enough being poured back into you. That is not sustainable. Something needs to shift before this career path starts draining you completely. There's also a message here about self-worth. You may not be seeing your value clearly, especially if you've been in a role that doesn't reflect your strengths. The reversed Empress says that you might be underestimating your potential, or allowing outside pressure to shape your choices, but it's time to tune back into what makes you feel energized, not depleted. This card often points to untapped talent. You have more to offer than you're currently using. If you've been sitting on a business idea, creative project, or even a skill set that's going unused, this is the wake-up call to take it seriously. The bottom line is this: if your current job or role isn't allowing you to grow, it's not because you're lacking, it's because the environment is. That's the piece that needs to change. This card brings in confusion or a lack of clarity. The Ace of Swords reversed shows that you're either not seeing the situation clearly, or you're avoiding a decision because you're afraid of what it might mean. There could be mixed messages, second-guessing, or mental fog around what to do next. You might be overthinking things to the point of paralysis. Should you stay or go? Is this the right time to have a risk? Are you really qualified for this next step? This card says, it's not that you don't have answers, it's that you're not trusting yourself to recognize them. This energy also suggests a communication issue. Maybe someone at work isn't being honest with you, or there's a lack of transparency in your current situation. Pay attention to what's being said. You may need to cut through the noise and assumptions to get the truth. If you're avoiding a difficult conversation or not asking for clarity out of fear, this card pushes you to address it. The longer you let this uncertainty drag on, the more frustrated you'll become. You need clean lines, clear answers, and sharper boundaries. Most of all, trust your own mind. Don't let doubt drown your instincts. You know more than you think. You just have to give yourself permission to act on it. This card shows the decision that you've been avoiding is becoming unavoidable. The Two of Swords reversed means that the time for stalling is over. Whether it's leaving a job, committing to a new path, or confronting a truth about your work situation, you're being pushed to stop sitting on the fence. You might have been hoping something would resolve itself on its own, but that's not happening. The more you delay, the more pressure builds, and that pressure isn't just external, it's internal. You're likely already feeling anxious, frustrated, or mentally exhausted by the indecision. This card also speaks to emotional avoidance. You might be trying to separate your logic from your feelings, telling yourself to just be practical, but deep down, you already know what you want. You're just scared of what acting on it will mean. The message here is blunt. Just choose. Even if the path isn't perfectly clear, movement is better than being stuck. The fear you're carrying is real, but it's also blocking your progress. Once you take that step, things will start making more sense. Clarity isn't waiting for more time, it's waiting for you to act. This is a hopeful close. The Five of Pentacles reversed shows recovery from financial or emotional strain. If you've been feeling undervalued, overworked, or even financially stressed due to your career situation, this card says relief is coming, but it's going to start with you making a shift. There's a light at the end of the tunnel, but only if you stop tolerating conditions that keep you stuck in survival mode. You're not meant to just get by. The reversed Five of Pentacles says you're coming out of this phase, but it's going to take a little courage and self-advocacy to get here. This card also shows a renewed sense of confidence. Where you might have felt isolated or unsupported before, you're going to start attracting the right people, mentors, coworkers, or even allies who want to see you win. But that only happens when you leave behind the environments that have kept you feeling invisible or undervalued. If you've been waiting for a sign that things are going to improve, this is it. But it's not passive. You are the one who has to open the door and step out of the shadow. Better conditions are ahead, but they begin with you saying, I deserve better than this. Pile 1, your reading shows a complex but ultimately positive shift. Recognition and reward and the Lovers highlight real alignment and incoming validation, but the Empress reversed and the Ace of Swords reversed point to burnout, confusion, and suppressed creativity. The Two and Five of Pentacles reversed confirm that while the energy has been heavy, the momentum is finally turning. Your career path is about to pivot, but the quality of that change depends on whether you make the decisions your intuition is already calling for. This isn't just about a job, it's about stepping into a version of your life where you're seen, valued, and supported. The opportunities ahead are real, but so is your role in reaching for them. Choose the path that actually honors your worth, and the rest will catch up. So that's what I'm getting for Pile 1. If this resonated for you, please let me know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe. See you next time. Hello Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's jump right into it. This card tells you right away, yes, change is coming, and yes, it can be good. Triumphant success is about clarity, breakthroughs, and finally cutting through the fog that's been holding you back. If you felt like your career's been in a holding pattern or you've been second-guessing your next move, this card says you're about to get some answers, and the energy to act on them. This is about decisive wins, not always massive, life-changing victories overnight, but key moments when you start reclaiming your confidence and direction. Maybe you finally speak up, apply for the role you've been afraid to go after, or walk away from something that's been draining you. Whatever it is, this is your move, and it's long overdue. This card also reminds you that the truth matters. If something in your career has been dishonest, unclear, or just not aligning with your values, it's going to be exposed. This could mean seeing someone's true colors, realizing your worth, or recognizing that a situation isn't sustainable. Either way, it pushes you to act with clarity and intention. What's powerful here is that this is your sword to wield. This is not a passive wait-and-see kind of shift. It's about you making a clean cut, stepping up, and claiming what you deserve. And the timing, it is right. You're ready, even if you still have doubts. Success is coming, but only if you stop waiting for permission and start making your move. This card confirms that you're entering a time when fairness, truth, and balance are front and center in your career path. If something hasn't felt right, if you've been overlooked, underpaid, or dealing with a toxic environment, justice says that this situation is being corrected. The scales are balancing, and you're about to get what you earned, not just what you've tolerated. You could be receiving a job offer, promotion, or acknowledgement that reflects your actual value, not just your output. This isn't about luck or timing. It's about the universe matching your energy. You've been doing the work, and now you're seeing the return on that investment. If you're facing a choice, justice also says, weigh your options carefully. Don't just take the job that sounds good. Take the one that aligns with your principles. If something feels shady or off, trust your instincts. This is about playing the long game, not getting stuck in another quick fix that costs you peace of mind. Legal or contract-related matters might also pop up around this time. Signing something new, negotiating terms, or setting clear boundaries. Do it with your eyes wide open. Justice favors those who act with integrity and clarity. If you stay aligned, the outcome will benefit you. This card doesn't just promise a good outcome. It reminds you that you're the one who gets to decide what fair looks like moving forward. This is a strong sign of release. The Devil reversed shows that you're breaking free from something that's been limiting your potential. Maybe it's a job that's kept you stuck, a toxic boss, a fear of failure, or just the mindset that you've had to stay in your lane and not ask for more. That's crumbling now, and that's a very good thing. You may have been attached to something that looks stable on the outside, but was draining you on the inside. The Devil in reverse says that you're waking up to that. You're no longer willing to trade your energy, time, or peace for something that doesn't truly align. And once that mindset clicks, it changes everything. This could also be about letting go of fear. Fear of change, fear of starting over, fear of leaving something secure to chase what actually feels right. You've been carrying that weight for a while, and now it's starting to lift. The chains aren't as tight as they used to be, and more importantly, you're seeing that you were always the one with the key. For some of you, this might mean walking away from a financially secure position that's emotionally bankrupt, or taking a leap into something new that finally feels worth the risk. Either way, it's about liberation, and while that's scary, it's also freeing. You're not just stepping into a better career path, you're stepping out of whatever's been keeping you small. Now, the Ace of Wands is inspiration, drive, and new beginnings that actually light you up. You're either already feeling the itch to do something different, or it's about to hit you fast. This isn't just a new job energy, it's something you're excited about, something that actually feels alive. If you've had an idea, a spark, or a pull towards something creative, entrepreneurial, or passion-driven, this is the green light. That feeling that you're having, you're not making it up. This is your intuition telling you, hey, this is the direction that's worth your energy. This card also shows up when opportunities come unexpectedly. Someone reaches out, a new project lands in your lap, or maybe you suddenly get clarity on what you really want to do. When that moment comes, don't overthink it. Follow it, because the Ace of Wands rewards bold, inspired action. It's also a reminder that your energy is contagious. People are noticing your drive, even if they haven't said it out loud. If you're in an interview process, applying somewhere new, or even pitching a new project, your passion is what's going to set you apart, and lean into that. This isn't a time for playing it safe. It's a time to get honest about what excites you and chase it. This is where the caution comes in. The Ace of Pentacles reversed warns against putting your energy into something that looks like an opportunity but isn't fully stable yet. This could be a job offer with vague terms, a contract that feels rushed, or an idea that's missing key support. The potential is there, but it's not ready yet. It also says you may need to double-check your motivations. Are you chasing something out of fear of scarcity? Are you settling for a role just because it's safe, even if it drains you? This card urges you to get real about what you're building, and whether the foundation is actually solid. There could be delays with money, contracts, or the rollout of a new job or project. That doesn't mean that it's not happening, it just means that you need to be patient, strategic, and avoid impulsive decisions. This is especially important if you're feeling pressured to accept that first offer that comes your way. It's okay to say not yet. A better offer, a stronger version of this opportunity may just be around the corner. But if you rush it or take the deal that doesn't feel right, you could end up feeling stuck again. Don't abandon your standards just because something looks good on paper. Feel it out and make sure it's rooted in real value. This final card speaks to the timing issue. The Eight of Wands reversed shows delays, slowed progress, or unexpected holdups. You might be ready to move now, but the external pieces aren't lining up just yet. That doesn't mean that the answer is no, it just means not quite yet. You could be feeling restless or frustrated that things aren't moving faster. Maybe you've already made the decision to pivot in your career, but the job market is slow, paperwork is stalled, or people just aren't responding as fast as you'd hoped. This energy asks for patience without losing momentum. This is where the earlier message from the Oracle card comes back in. You're close to a breakthrough. You've got the insight, the strength, and the clarity, but now it's about staying focused while the external conditions catch up to your readiness. Use this time to fine-tune your plan, update your resume, rework your proposal, or even sharpen your pitch. When the door opens, and it will, you will be ready to walk through it without hesitation. Delayed does not mean denied. This pause is temporary, and the success on the other side is still very real. So Pile 2, your career reading is one of breakthrough, release, and realignment. Justice and the Devil reversed show that you're walking away from old cycles and stepping into something that reflects your true value. The Ace of Wands is your spark. It's time to chase what inspires you, but the Ace of Pentacles reversed and the Eight of Wands reversed remind you to move smart, not fast. The Triumphant Success Oracle confirms that the clarity is here, and it's on you to act with the precision and courage. You're not waiting for luck, you're creating the path forward. Trust the timing, refine the plan, and when the moment hits, run with it. You're not just switching careers, you're stepping into your power. So that's what I'm getting for Pile 2. If this resonated for you, please let me know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe. See you next time. Hello Pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's jump right into it. This card opens your reading with a clear message. You're being tested, but not without purpose. Spiritual strength shows up when you've been carrying a lot, not just a workload, but mental pressure, uncertainty, and possibly even financial stress. You've had to hold yourself together through career challenges that most people wouldn't see from the outside, and yet you're still standing. The core of this energy is about inner resilience. Even if you're tired, frustrated, or on the edge of burnout, this card reminds you that you haven't been grinding for nothing. The strength you've built through this pressure is what's going to carry you into your next chapter. That's why the career shift coming isn't just a job change, it's a leveling up in your mindset, your power, and your expectations. This card also shows that whatever is coming, you're ready for it, even if it doesn't feel that way right now. The hard part hasn't been skill or opportunity. It's been keeping your focus when it feels like nothing's moving. You've had to dig deep, and now that depth is what's going to make you stand out from others who just do the bare minimum. One more thing, this isn't about perfection, it's about endurance. You don't need to have it all figured out to step into something better. You just need to stay grounded in what you know you bring to the table. You've been stretched but not broken, and that strength, it's about to start paying off. You're not just surviving this career phase, you're preparing to lead in the next one. This card brings in some restlessness. The Three of Wands reversed shows that you've been waiting for something to expand, take off, or finally reward all the work you've put in, and it hasn't. Maybe you've been applying for new roles, trying to build something on the side, or hoping for a promotion that never comes. The message here is that delays have been holding you back, but they're not a reflection of your ability. You may also be playing it safe without realizing it. Sometimes when this card shows up reversed, it means your vision is limited. You've been trying to grow, but only within a box that you think you have to stay in. Whether that's certain industry, job title, or approach, it's time to question if you've actually been thinking big enough. This card can also reflect frustration, like you've outgrown where you are, but don't know where to go next. You're scanning the horizon, but not seeing anything worth the leap. That's not because there's nothing out there, it's because you haven't given yourself full permission to pivot in a bold way yet. If you've been playing by the rules and hoping for someone else to recognize your potential, this card says it's time to stop waiting for permission. You've hit the ceiling, the next move is yours to initiate, even if it means going in a completely new direction. Expansion is still possible, but you've got to stop looking in the same direction hoping for a different outcome. This card is massive for long-term security and success. The Ten of Pentacles shows that despite current frustrations, you are absolutely capable of building something that lasts, financially and structurally. This is legacy energy. It's not about quick wins, it's about stability, ownership, and creating a future that feels safe and fulfilling. You may already be closer to that than you think. This could be the pointing towards a family business, a long-term position opening up, or even a chance to invest in your own thing. If you've been considering entrepreneurship, or a serious pivot that could take time to build, this card says it's worth it. You're playing the long game now, and that's where your success lives. This also suggests that your next career move could impact your home or family life in a major way. Maybe it allows you to support others, set down roots, or finally feel like you've made it on your terms. That kind of reward doesn't come from hustling endlessly, it comes from moving with strategy and vision. The good news is, the resources or opportunities you need are either already available or showing up soon. You may not see the full picture yet, but you're being led towards something much more grounded and abundant than where you are now. So don't get discouraged by short-term setbacks. Your long-term win is already being formed behind the scenes. This card confirms that yes, there have been delays. The Eight of Wands reversed is all about slowed progress, communication hiccups, or just that feeling of being stuck in a loop where nothing moves as fast as you want it to. If you've been sending out resumes trying to pitch something or just waiting on a green light, it's been dragging. This delay hasn't been wasted time though. It's actually given you a chance to regroup, realign, and sharpen your next step. That might sound frustrating, but it's essential. You were almost ready before, but not quite. Now, the delays have forced you to slow down and see what you actually want to build, instead of chasing the next available exit. There's also a need here to check how much you've internalized this delay as rejection. Just because it hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't. The energy is still moving, it's just moving behind the curtain. And what looks like silence could be timing aligning in your favor. You may also want to double-check how clearly you're communicating your goals, to others and to yourself. This could be a nudge to revise your messaging, tighten up your applications, or get it clear on how you present your value. Once you do, things will start picking up speed again. This isn't a no, it's a hold steady, and it is temporary. This card shows that you're actively managing a lot, and doing better than you think. The Two of Pentacles upright is about balance, decision-making, and juggling multiple roles, responsibilities, or possibilities. You might be balancing a current job while planning a shift, or trying to stay financially stable while thinking about taking a leap into something less certain. Either way, you're holding it down, but not without strain. This card reminds you that while multitasking is impressive, it's not always sustainable. You're being called to start narrowing your focus and investing energy into what's actually moving you forward, not just what's keeping you afloat. It's also a sign that change is close. When this card shows up, you're usually in a transitional phase where the scales are about to tip. Something will need to be prioritized, and that choice is going to shape your next few months. Trust yourself to choose well, because you already know what you want to give more to. Financially, this card is neutral. It's not showing a major windfall, but it does suggest that you're staying afloat. If you've been worried about resources while making a career change, this is a sign that you're able to manage, especially if you stay practical and strategic. Just remember, balancing everything is impressive, but at some point, choosing where to go all in is what takes you to the next level. This card highlights a struggle with structure or authority. The Emperor reversed shows either a loss of control in your current career environment, or that you're working under leadership that's rigid, outdated, or not supportive of your growth. This could be a boss who micromanages, a system that undervalues you, or even your own inner critic blocking progress. You may feel like your power has been stripped away, or like you're constantly reacting instead of leading. This card calls you to reclaim your authority, not in a loud, aggressive way, but in a calm, strategic one. If you've been playing small or letting someone else dictate your next move, that has to stop now. It can also show a resistance to stepping into your own leadership role. Maybe you're ready for more. You could be starting a business, leading a team, changing industries, but you're hesitating because you're not sure if you're ready yet. And spoiler alert, you are. The Emperor reversed is a push to redefine what control looks like. It's not about being perfect, it's about creating the structure you need to thrive. Whether that's setting better boundaries, leaving a dead-end position, or taking the leap into something more self-directed, the message is the same. Stop waiting for someone else to take charge. You've outgrown playing by other people's rules. Now it's time to write your own. So pile 3, your reading is a strong mix of pressure, resilience, and quiet momentum. Spiritual strength tells us you've been tested hard, but you're not breaking. You are preparing. The reverse 3 of Wands and 8 of Wands explain the delays, while the 10 of Pentacles and 2 of Pentacles confirm the long-term rewards are forming. You just need to stay the course. The Emperor reversed is your final challenge. Stop letting others hold the reins. Step into your own leadership, build your own structure, and trust that your next move doesn't need to be perfect, it just needs to be yours. This isn't just about surviving your career shift, it's about owning it. So that's what I'm getting for pile 3. If this resonated for you, please let me know in the comments, and of course, like and subscribe. See you next time.